All right, we're recording. Welcome everybody to the training call tonight. I'm excited to be with you. My name is Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. And I'm going to show you Teamzy today. If you haven't seen it, it's a software application that's going to make your life a breeze building your business. But also I want to teach you a little bit about the philosophy behind Teamzy, because it's important that you understand it's not just a productivity software, but it's an approach to the business. So my topic tonight, what I want to talk to you about is, drum roll, how to systemize your success with relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. How to systemize your success with relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. So I'm going to teach you guys what I mean by relationship marketing. I'm going to show you how to systemize it with Teamzy, and so that you can get it all done in less than 1 hour a day. How cool is that? All right. So let's dive into this real quick. I'm just getting a little lag. There we go. Okay. So just a little background. I know some of you don't know me, some of you do. My background is actually in business coaching and consulting. I've been a professional business coach 20 years now, helping people build relationships-based businesses. I even wrote a book on it called Power Hour Boss, which you can Google if you want to check that out. But, you know, all that time helping people build their businesses as a professional coach and consultant, it was very fulfilling and I loved it, you know, but what kind of happened to me after a while was I just kind of got stuck in my career. And I was at a place where, you know, I had this really cool office with an ocean view, you know, and I had all the things I thought I wanted, but I kind of felt stuck. You know, there was nowhere left to grow. I live in Southern California. We were at a place with our family that, you know, we needed a little bit more income, or I wanted a little bit more income, I should say. And also the biggest problem I had was that I was never around my family. And here's a shot of it. I was never around my family. And the whole point, you know, of everything I felt like was my family. I wanted to be around them, but I was constantly working. And that's kind of what everyone's always done, right? It's like go to work, bring home the bacon type thing. So, we were blessed that my wife was able to be home with the kids, but I was never seeing them. And you know, I was used to joke that I could only see my kids in their pajamas. In the morning, they were in pajamas when I left for work, and in the evening, they were in pajamas when I came home. And so I just was looking for something to shake things up, you know, give me a little more income, maybe have some more flexibility of time other than having this job. And so I really took a look at the network marketing opportunity, and it was very compelling because, you know, you can create a business with no investment. You can create, something that grows exponentially. I was really attracted to the concept. The problem was, when the heck am I going to do this? How am I going to fit more things into my day? And so I started really looking at what it would take to build the business. You know, this is something I've been helping people do at this point for years. And I said, you know, I know what to do. The question is, how do I do this in just maybe 1 hour a day? And so I started looking for some professional tools that would help me leverage that time. They do exist in many industries, but, you know, obviously there was nothing in direct sales that was compelling at the time. So long story short, I took some people much smarter than me to lunch, showed them my sketches and they built Teamzy for me. And the next thing you know, Teamzy's taken off. And, again, Teamzy is designed to help me do everything that you need to do in this business in less than an hour. I needed it to build my business for my family, and now it's there for you guys too. And just to give you a little background, in just over 4 years, we've had more than 140,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is so amazing to me because, you know, we're not like one of those big companies that spends a lot of money on advertising. This is just people sharing it with people they care about. Also, just to kind of give you an idea, I know some of you are Juice Plus, and today I'm going to show you the Juice Plus version of Teamzy. But our active Juice Plus distributors using Teamzy, they're averaging 18 new customers and 12 new recruits over 90 days. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty great, you know. And they tend to do a little bit better. Juice Plus people have done a little bit better than our overall average as far as recruiting people to their team and using Teamzy, which is really cool. So we're excited about that. All right, let's jump in. And of course, we've been endorsed by the Juice Plus company, which is really cool. So I do highly recommend you guys go to teamzy.com/JP and start a free trial if you haven't already done it. We'll talk a little bit about it in a minute when I demo the program, but you can get it free for 30 days. Okay. And if you're not in Juice Plus, I know a couple of you are with Enagic, you're going to go to just teamzy.com, and then on the drop down, you're going to make sure you select Enagic to get that version. Okay. So what is relationship marketing? Let's get into this topic. What is relationship marketing? This is kind of a buzzword lately. It's kind of funny. Everyone's always is starting to use these terms, and it's like they use them, but they have no clue what the system is. So I just want to kind of clarify a couple points on this. First off, it's a philosophy of doing business that puts relationships and people ahead of sales and products. It's a philosophy of doing business that puts relationships and people ahead of sales and products. A lot of people use the term relationship marketing when they want to take advantage of a relationship to sell something to somebody. That's backwards. The relationships are more important than the sale. Okay, and if you don't get that part right, if the heart is not in the right place, everything I teach you tonight is not going to work. Also, this is not some abstract feel-good concept, right? I always joke, we're not going to sit around at the end of this call holding hands, singing Kumbaya about relationship marketing. I mean, we could do that if you want, but that's not the point of tonight. This is a proven system. It's a proven system that we follow, always knowing what to do next. Always knowing to do it. 20 years I've been teaching people these philosophies and systems, and it's worked 100% of the time. Okay. Principle. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. In other words, our duty is to build relationships. I want you to think about your business as it's just a systemized approach to building more relationships and investing in them. And if you understand that, you're going to do great. And why do we build relationships? There's an important reason why, besides, just being the right thing to do. Because we turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. I'm here to tell you right now, 99% of the trainings you're going to get on the business is how to get sales or how to get recruits. And I want you guys to understand the more important goal is how to get advocates. An advocate is somebody who tells other people they're excited about what you're doing. They share with other people. You need to talk to my friend. She solves the problem you have. That's what she does all the time. And once you start building an army of advocates, you guys, the business explodes, and it is so much fun for us. Instead of being a drag, it actually becomes fun. Next principle I want you to get, and this is a big one, is that relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work. Okay? And in our business, there are a lot of jerks. Am I right? Yeah. I mean, even people who aren't jerks, they're trained to do things that make you feel icky, right? And maybe some of you have been asked to do things that made you feel icky, and you've been told this is just the way it's done. But it's not the only way it's done. Does that make sense? So relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, you cannot do anything that violates trust. But here's the good news. Trust makes the work fun. When people trust you, even just a little bit, you don't have to convince them or sell them. You get right to helping them, right? Isn't that what we're here for? Also, trust takes the ickiness from the sales process. I know that's a technical business term, ickiness. Trust takes the ickiness from the sales process. When there's trust, you're never going to come across as the icky salesperson. And that's, if you're like me, that's the last thing I want people to think of me. And finally, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes with trust. We don't go for no's in our approach. That's a terrible thing. How many of you enjoy being rejected? And when somebody says rejection is just part of it, you just got to go with it. And this is when you're like, call BS and go, no thanks, that's not me. But with this approach, you get to go for yes. It's not about going through rejection. It's about approaching people in a way that makes sense, that's not offensive, that doesn't make them want to reject you. Make sense? Okay, so we're going to teach you more on that in a second. So if it all depends on trust, then we need to focus on building trust. So how do you build trust? How do you build trust? There's 4 essential ingredients to building trust. And I'm going to go through them really quickly. I'll break them out and kind of explain them to you. Here they are. Number 1 is chemistry. Chemistry. Okay. These are the essential ingredients to building trust. Number 2 is character. Okay. Character. Number 3 is competence. Okay. Competence. And number 4 is consistency. I'm repeating them because I know some of you are taking notes. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency, the 4 essential ingredients to building trust. All right, let's break these out. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, bottom line is we need to find what we have in common with people. People want to do business with a friend. People want to do business with a friend. They order stuff from Amazon.com all day long, but what you have to offer is your friendship and being a trusted advisor. Does it make sense? And so it's important that we find the chemistry, find out what you have in common with people. That's the first step. Number 2 is character. Character. Is it important to you about somebody's character when you do business with them? It's everything to people. And you need to understand that character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Listen, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but you don't actually have character. We think we have character, but you don't have character. Character is an action. It's something you do. It's something you do on a daily basis. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday. How are you showing care for people today? That could go the other way too. You could have been a total jerk yesterday. Today you get to show character. Does this make sense? So character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. People are looking to see how you care for other people. Have you ever been with somebody, that's just like sweet as pie, and then you go somewhere and they treat like the service staff really poorly? Have you ever seen someone do that? And it's like, whoa, they just showed me a little something, didn't they? Right? That's just an example. But I look at it like this. Character, when it comes to business, it's the way you handle and take care of your customers, right? It's the way you post on social media. Are you posting selfishly, or are you posting to serve the audience that you're building trust with? Is the way you drive your car on the highway shows your character or not? Are you returning the shopping carts in the parking lot? Right? I mean, these are little things. I always joke, I say, look, if you're going to drive like a maniac, don't put your company bumper sticker on your car. Right? In fact, if you have trouble and you think you need help being a safer, more considerate driver, I highly recommend you put a statement of faith sticker on your car, because when you're representing the big team, you want to show up a little better. It's really good. So you put a little something on your car like that, and then it causes you to drive a little bit better, right? But I'm just kidding. But it's important. People are looking to us to see your character. Okay, and so I want you to be really conscious of this. How am I showing this? How am I showing this? Character is not something you can just quietly have inside. It's something you have to demonstrate. So go out of your way. Go out of your way to demonstrate on a daily basis. Number 3 is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate that you're good at what you do and that you're a business person. Okay? Again, demonstrate that you're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 pieces to this. I need to know, can you help me? Do you know what you're talking about? Debbie's got this beautiful tower garden all lit up with these organic green lettuces behind her, right? I'm thinking right now, she's probably pretty competent with the tower garden, right? I mean, look at her tower garden. There's not a yellow leaf. There's not a yellow leaf on it. This is important for me if I'm thinking of buying one. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you guys, I have 2 tower gardens, and they were not easy for me at first. I had to really lean on somebody who was very knowledgeable about everything, right? Because I thought, wow, it's easy, right? You throw water and stuff in the bottom, you plug them in, everything grows. And then it's like, hey, I've got caterpillars everywhere. Oh, here's how you deal with that. Or, hey, I've got snails all over. Oh, here's how, I had to learn from somebody who was competent. This is important though. When somebody's looking at your business to do business with you, they need to know that you know what you're talking about enough to help them with their problem. There's a lot of choice out there, right? They could choose somebody else. And so it's important that you're demonstrating your competence. You have to be showing people that you know what you're talking about. Now, look, here's the thing. You could be brand new, and it's important that you don't pretend to be something you're not. If you don't know, you don't know. But what I want you to do is start learning and share the journey. Let people know, hey, I'm learning this. I just learned this. Did you know that? Did you know, that green vegetables do this for your body? Or I learned that whole nutrition does this. I learned this today. So start sharing your journey of competence on your products so that people see you and start thinking of you as a trusted advisor in that area. Remember, your family and friends may have seen you with your pants on backwards. They're not going to believe it at first. They need to see the journey. Does it make sense? Yeah. And the second piece is, are you a business person now that can mentor me? Like, do I want to join your business? Do I believe you could help me be successful? And I need to see you growing in that area too. Now, what happens in the beginning when you don't have competence is you need to talk about the team members that you have that you're connected to and their competence. You need to tell their stories.
Right.
Tell about their successes, about their knowledge, and let people know that you are connecting them to a winning team. Does it make sense?
Right.
I used to have a mentor who used to talk about the New York Yankees, and I'm not a Yankees fan by any means. I don't think we have any on this call, right? So just go with me on the sports analogy. But the point is, at the time, the Yankees had won more than any other team in history. He said, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're a rookie that's no one's ever heard of, and you get drafted onto the New York Yankees, you haven't even ever played a minute in the major leagues, but you are wearing that uniform. You are part of the winningest team in history. And that's true on your teams. When somebody joins you, brand new, green behind the ears, they're putting on that jersey and they now have all the experience of winning, of knowledge, of competence of everyone on the team at their fingertips. And that's the way you need to communicate it. Does this make sense? Chemistry, character, competence. The first 3 ingredients to building trust. There's a principle behind these before I jump to number 4. And here's the principle. When someone's going to do business with you, they really only care about these 3 things. Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? I did them out of order. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? It's not what kind of plastic is the Tower Garden is made out of, or what's in those capsules, or is it glycerin, or is it? And those aren't the important questions. The important questions are: can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? When somebody feels the answer to all 3 of these is yes, you have an advocate. And that is the goal of building relationships, is to get a relationship to this place where they understand these things are true. Number 4, consistency. Consistency. Oh, Eric, it was sounding so good, but now I have to do work. Yes. Sorry, guys. We got to do work. Consistency is the key to everything. It's so important. We can't get anything without being consistent. We really can't. You can't get anything without being consistent. We have to be products of our product. We have to consistently be posting on social media. We have to be building the habits into our life of successful people. Things like personal growth and development every single day, right? Consistency, getting some exercise every day, trying to eat better. All these things help us be successful. Here's a great principle. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. Look, this is why people tell you that you inspire them, because they see you being consistent. They see you on a journey towards bettering yourself, and they think, man, I need some of that in my life. This is what cements people to a team once they get in. I love being around these people. They're so positive. Everybody's striving. Everybody's working on what? Being more consistent. Consistency attracts people to you. It establishes trust with the people watching, helps you be successful, and it attracts more people to you. It's pretty awesome. Too bad it's not easier to do, right? So real quick, let me look at your faces. I know some of you guys are hiding. Some of you guys are hiding your faces, or you're hiding your home improvement projects. Hold on, I'm getting a little laggy. There we go. But real quick, how many of you guys are doing really well as far as being consistent products to your product? You're living it out. You're out there showing people that you're using your products, and that's your new lifestyle. Let me see. That's crucial, right? That's crucial. I actually had somebody reach out to me a few months ago and says, Eric, maybe you can help me. My business has really declined since I haven't been using my products. I said, well, you answered the question for yourself, right?
Exactly.
Because your enthusiasm's declined, everything. It's like step 1, get yourself and refill your order, right? It's a tax deduction for you anyways.
Yeah.
How about social media? Who's consistently sharing the journey, what you're learning, everything on social media? People know what you're up to. They see your enthusiasm for it. It's important too, right? It's important too.
Absolutely.
We used to, my background is in teaching real estate brokers how to build their business. That's where I got started in my coaching business. And we used to joke about secret agents, right? Real estate agents who keep their business a secret. They're secret agents. We're like, how can you do business if you're a secret agent? Same thing's true for us, right? We can't hide out and expect our business to grow. We've got to be sharing, letting people know what we're doing.
Right.
But the most important piece to be consistent in, which is where I'm leading you right now, the real checkup from the neck up, as Zig Ziglar used to say, is, are you consistent with staying in touch with the relationships in your life? Because this business is based on building relationships, and there's only one way to build a relationship, and that's to be in regular contact with people.
Mm-hmm.
And the good news is, I mean, you're talking to me for a reason. I'm going to show you how to do this easily with Teamzy, okay? But this is important. You guys just need to understand that being consistent with relationships is what really matters, more so than being on social media, everything, okay? Relationship building is a contact sport. You got to be in regular contact with people. Here's a principle I want you to get, okay? And I'm just going to talk to you about it for a minute, and then we'll jump into Teamzy. The principle is this. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. You guys got that? Let me just give you an example. Okay, so real quick, show of hands. Who's received like an amazing card or letter from somebody that you loved with a handwritten message? When you read that message, it just, oh my gosh, it just was moving. Has everyone at least received that once in your life? Hopefully, right?
Yes.
Probably many times. Now, how many of you keep them? Like, you've got a pile somewhere of these cards.
Yeah.
For sure. Isn't it funny? Everybody does this. Now, I have we have bins of these things. And like, I hate clutter, but I can't get rid of them. Are you guys with me? We save them forever.
Right.
You know, it's funny, even after we pass on, we often, like when loved ones pass on, we keep their letters, don't we? I mean, it's like the one thing we treasure the most. They mean so much to us. And then our family, they go on past us. It's amazing how deep an impact a heartfelt message handwritten in a card can be for somebody. Now, just also as another example, check this out. I got one of these on my birthday. Have you guys ever received one of these? This is a birthday postcard. This one's from my life insurance salesperson, right? The one person you hope to never hear from. Well, you won't hear from him, but you hope nobody in your family has to hear from him. Right. He sends me this little birthday postcard. It's nice. You guys ever received one of these from somebody that you do business with? It's nice, right? Does this go in the special place to be saved forever? Do you think that my son Cruz will use this as his Bible bookmark after I'm gone? No. No way. This would not even be here still if I wasn't using it as an example on these trainings. This immediately gets thrown in the trash. What's the difference? I mean, it's a nice card, right? So going back to the principle, guys, this violates the principle. First, it's not a personal connection. This is a bulk mailing. Make sense? It's not personal. He didn't sit down and write this to me. The other thing is it required no investment of time. No investment of time, not personal, means we don't value it. We put no value on it. Remember, investing time and connecting with someone is how you deepen a relationship. It's the only way. And this is so important. And it's like I'm constantly teaching this because we live in an age of marketing automation. It sounds so sexy and inviting. You can just set it and forget it. It's just going to build your business for you. You don't have to do anything. But then we find out that the return on investment's really low. Why is it? Because people don't value it. They know it's impersonal and required no time. This business is built relationship to relationship, building trust. We're talking through the computer. I can buy anything in the world from my computer without talking to another human being. The challenge that I have is that, how do I make sense of everything in the world through my computer? I need people that I can trust to be my trusted advisor and help me make decisions. Does it make sense? And so the only way to build this business and be successful is to invest time and connect with people one-on-one. Now, I know that you don't have all the time in the day, and that's why I built Teamzy to help you do that effectively and efficiently so that you can connect with the maximum amount of people in a systemized way without taking up too much time. Pretty cool, right? All right, so let me just dive in here real quick. Again, that principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships, okay? Make sure that you get that down and internalize it and use that as a filter. When you start having ideas for marketing in your business, go, okay, wait, Does this show my care? Is this showing my competence by investing a little bit of time? All of this is great. Philosophically, it's great. I can tell by your faces, even though, not just the 2 or 3 I paid to be happy about this training, right? The people who were invited have no clue what's going on. It's all great, but you got to have a system. You can't just go philosophically into the world. You got to have a system to follow, a way to stay in contact with all of your relationships. Know when you're going to contact them, when you're not going to contact them. In other words, don't have to spend a lot of time thinking or planning. Just get to it. Know what you're going to say. How are you going to start a conversation without sounding salesy and cheesy, making people run the other direction? And make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks, right? Make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. So that's why we built Teamzy, do these things. Let's dive in there real quick. I'll show you guys how to do this. Now, as I mentioned before, you can get a 30-day free trial of Teamzy at Teamzy.com. Okay, if you guys are in Juice Plus, go to Teamzy.com/JP because there's a special thing for Juice Plus people. Once you log in, this is what you're going to see. It's the first page of the setup wizard. The setup wizard's designed to make setting up Teamzy easy. I'm not a real techie person. You guys would laugh if you saw how incompetent I am with technical things. And my team always says, Eric, stop saying that because it makes you look unprofessional. It's just being honest. I love technology. Don't make me think, though. One of my favorite books on technology was actually titled Don't Make Me Think. I made my engineers read it as we were building Teamzy. And I'm constantly going through this. I'm like, I don't understand what this button does. And they're like, well, everybody knows that a plus sign. I go, no, can you just put words next to it of what it does? I'm driving them crazy all the time. That's why when you go to Teamzy, you'll see things that say add contact plus. It's like, they're like, you don't need the word add contact. I'm like, yeah, I do think we need that kind of stuff. We tried to make this so incredibly easy. Okay, so Setup Wizard makes it easy. Just follow through. Click on next, takes you into this process of setting it up, okay? What Teamzy does here, which is kind of amazing, is you tell it how much income you want to make, and Teamzy will tell you exactly what to do each day to hit it, okay? And this is from 20 years of experience helping people build businesses, understanding what kind of results typical people can get, making connections, and then analyzing the 140,000 people who've used Teamzy to understand how to do this. It's so cool. So you just tell it how much you want to make. You slide this thing wherever you want to go, okay? So my goal was 150,000. When I left my job 5 years ago, what's today, Friday? Wednesday was my 5-year anniversary.
Oh, cool.
Thank you. I walked away from $150,000 salary. And I had 3 mortgage payments in the bank, a woodshed in the backyard with a power cord, and a new Mac. And the woodshed was my office. Some of you don't know the story. Somebody here has drywall going on, and I told Debbie, you should see where I started with the exposed nails coming out of the roof of the shed, right? Spiders dropping on me in the middle of a web call. It's all good. So this was my goal. At $150,000, which is where I would want to be 12 months from now, Teamzy's telling me, okay, here's what you need to do every day. Connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 partners on your team. Okay. If you're brand new and you don't have a team or customers, then you would just do all 19 on prospects for now. Okay. So click continue. And what happened when I click continue is now Teamzy is configured to my goal. So it'll be customized for each one of you. The next step here is getting all your contacts into Teamzy. So I don't want you chasing down pads of paper you can't find or the sticky notes stuck all over the wall in your office. Right? Or trying to dig through your phone for contacts. Get everybody in Teamzy. It'll be organized. Teamzy's cloud-based, which means you'll always have access to it if you've got a smartphone or computer nearby. Okay? Right. And you usually do. You want to get your team in there, your customers. You can get all your Facebook friends imported in one fell swoop into Teamzy. Such a great way to start prospecting with relationships you already have. Instagram followers, whatever. You get them all into Teamzy in one place, organized. Not only will it be in one place, but I'll show you in a second what Teamzy does with those so that nobody falls through the cracks. It's really cool. Okay, so we're going to launch that. So here's the Tmz Dashboard. I'm just going to give you guys a quick kind of quick tour, and then I'm going to show you how to do a power hour so that we can crush it together. Then we'll do some question and answer if you guys have questions for me. So just taking a quick look at the desktop here. Now keep in mind, I'm on my computer. You can also access this through your smartphone. It'll look a little bit different, but you can still do just about everything on your smartphone. All right, so if you look right here, today's activities, this little bar across the top, you can see the goals that I set when we set it up are here. So my goal for today's activities is to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 partners. I've got all zeros because I haven't done any work yet. Okay. I've also got a goal to do 3 shares today. Okay. And 3 ads. So let me just talk about what this means. When I say connects, so with prospects, customers, and partners, a connect is not an attempt to make a sale. It's not some cheesy sales script. A connect is literally just reaching out to make somebody's day. To make somebody's day. I call it the make someone's day mindset. I want you to live in the make someone's day mindset. The first half of your power hour is making people's day. How fun is that? And because we're not sending some cheesy sales script or throwing them a video that they may or may not be interested in, we actually have an opportunity to have a conversation. They'll respond. We can talk like normal people who care about each other, not just putting a target on their back to make a $20 commission. Are you guys with me? And they feel the difference too. So we're gonna connect with prospects, customers, and partners. Then the goal is to share 3 times, and that's when you share your products or your business with somebody. Okay? So out of 19 conversations, we're gonna share 3 times. That's the goal, because it's not always gonna be appropriate to share. And then we're gonna try to add new people to Teamzy every day. That's just one of our goals. Look, I want you guys to understand Teamzy only focuses on today. You set your big goal for the year, Teamzy tells you what to do today. That's because if you want a business that's big, you must have a focus that's small. Okay, if you wanna have a business that's big, you must have a focus that's small. All right, now, before I jump into this next section down here, see the Power Hour module right here? This is where we do our Power Hour, okay? So I'm gonna show you this in a second, but before I dive in, I just want you to notice, see how there's numbers next to people's names? Those numbers are their ranks in Teamzy. We have a 5-star rating system. I'm gonna show you real quick. So Teamzy, I'm gonna go over here to the left of the team page so you can see this. Teamzy is a CRM. That's a contact relationship management system. I know it's a mouthful. That's just a software that manages all your contacts. So if you go in here, you can see I've got all of my contacts here, right? And if I click on one, on the right-hand side, I have all their contact information, any notes I have on them, all of our conversations are tracked. It does all that stuff, right? But what Teamzy does that no other CRM does is the Power Hour. I'm gonna show you that in a second. Before I do it though, I just want you to see that when I click on somebody, you can rank them. See their star ranking? So you just click on whatever you feel like their star ranking is. This is the quality of your relationship. And the star ranking prioritizes your list in Teamzy. So Teamzy can automatically create your Power Hour for you every day. You never have to think or plan on who to connect with. Teamzy knows. And it just tells you. You log in and it's like, boom, here you go. My goal is to connect with 19 people. Eric, here's the 19 people you need to connect with today. Done. No thinking or planning. And it's based on the stars. So let me just go through the stars real quick. 5-star people will come up first. Okay? They're your top priority people. They come up first and they come back automatically every 30 days. You don't have to think about them. They come back every 30 days. You stay in touch with them really frequently. They're your best relationships. 4-star people come back every 60 days. So they come up after you go through your 5 stars, you'll get to your 4-star list. They come back every 60 days. 3-star people, which is 90% of your list, will be 3-star people. 3-star people come up third and then they come back every 90 days. 3 stars every 90. They just cycle automatically. So if you forget about them, they can't fall through the cracks. They come back, right? 2 stars every 120 days. Really simple. And to change somebody's ranking, you just click on it and it auto saves. Now there's even a mode for when you first set up, rank mode. So you can go down your whole list at once and just jam down your whole list and rank them, okay? Everybody's gonna come in as a 3-star by default, so you only really have to change about 10% of the ranks as you scroll down the list. All right, so once that's done, you never have to do it again. Of course, you can adjust people's ranks up and down as you go through them, but you never have to go through the whole list again and rank them. Okay, it's done, and every day you just log in and you get going with your Power Hour. So let me show you how that works. Here's the Power Hour module. So this takes all that information that's in the CRM and it feeds us what we need today. On the left side, I've got 4 lists: prospects, customers, partners, and my follow-ups list, okay? On the right-hand side, I log the conversation as it happens so that it's tracked and I don't have to come back later and track it and do homework. I don't like homework. You guys like homework? You can do other types of homework, right? You can work on your taxes. Right. That's your homework. This is fun stuff. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and do the Power Hour just to kind of demo it for you. So I'm going to use, Debbie and I are Facebook friends. I've got Facebook open right here in another tab. It's ready to go. So I'm going to message her. She's the first person on my list. When you do a power hour, you always work left to right. Start with prospects. So I'm going to message her. And remember, my goal is just to make her day. But this is where I used to get stuck. How do I do this? What do I say to her? Does anyone get stuck just on that spot? So after about 2 years of Teamzy being out there, people were like, Eric, when you do trainings, you make it sound so easy, but I never know what to say. So I built my scripts into Teamzy for you to use. Okay, they're there for you to use. Even if you're brand new and you're on a free trial, you have the scripts. Okay, they're right here on the right-hand side. See right here where I am with my cursor? So you click on that and just grab a script. And these are designed to help you just connect and make somebody's day. So look, the first one on the list, we'll use that one. It says, hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Okay, so easy. And this kind of script gets an amazing response from people so that you can just click on copy script. So now the script is copied. I could actually go straight to Facebook and paste it and send it. I actually am going to do it here first, one extra step so that I can make sure I get the name correct because Jane is obviously not her name.
Yep.
Okay, I like the way it sounds. If you don't like the way it sounds, you can reword it a little bit. I'm going to put my emojis in here. There they are. Took a minute to come up. Computers.
I never can get them to come up there.
Sometimes my computer, when I'm on a Zoom, doesn't want to cooperate.
I usually put my emoji on when I'm in Facebook.
Yeah, well, it usually works fine.
And then recopy it.
I don't know why it's not working. It's right there. I'm clicking on it. It's just not dropping in.
Right.
Okay, well, you get the idea. You set this up the way you want to do it. Probably just need to refresh my page. Let's try that. Try it again. I'm having a lot of trouble today. Yeah, I just need to refresh my page. You get the idea. So once you get the message the way you want it, okay, then you can go send it. So I'm just going to look her up. There she is. And we'll just quickly send her this message. Okay. Of course, I'd send it after I changed the name. See, these are the kinds of mistakes you don't want to do. So there it is. Got the right name, ready to go. Okay. I'm going to send that to her. And Teamzy, I'm going to put the correct one with Debbie. Okay. So I sent her the message. It was a Facebook message, log connect. Done. Quick and easy. Now, Jay's the next person on my list. I'm going to message her. You know what? I'm just going to use the same message. I'm just going to change the name. So I'm not overthinking. I can move quickly and just get these out. Okay. So I've got that ready. I'm going to go over to Facebook. I'm going to send Jay. There she is. We're going to send her this message. Boom. I can do 19 messages in 10 minutes. I've been doing this a while though. Let's say it takes you 30 minutes. How cool is that, right? So you log it, Facebook message, logged. Now watch what's happening. Those two people are gone off my list. My list has moved up. Now, if I scroll up a little, you can see I've got 2 done now, 7 left, and this little circle's filling in blue. This is my visual cue that I'm making progress. So my goal now is to go down my prospects list, whoever's up next, don't overthink, and send just that little greeting message. Okay. Now, when I'm done with my goal, which was 9, this circle will be all the way blue, and I'll know I'm done. I can stop for today. And then I'll go to the next list, which is customers. Okay. So the next list is customers, and I'm going to now send my customers little messages just to make their day. Now, look, I want you guys to understand something. When talking to customers, it doesn't have to be sales related. It's just connecting with people. Okay, the goal is to stay in touch. You don't need to message them because their shipment's about to happen. You just need to say hello periodically and be available to them. Does that make sense? Think about an amazing restaurant with a great service. The servers typically come by and say, you doing okay? How are you? Are you enjoying everything? Right? They're just present. If you need something, you're more likely to get it because they're present, but they don't have to come by every time and say, did you notice that the filet mignon is, $29.99 today? They don't have to do that because they're present for you. Make sense? So look, we're going to do the same thing with customers. Jennifer's the first person that comes up. Hey, you probably know each other.
Yep. I know
Yeah.
Jennifer.
I was like, wait a second. It's too small community. Okay. So look, Jennifer comes up.
Yeah.
She's my customer. Great. I'm going to go to scripts, get a customer script. Super simple. Something like, you're doing so great. I'm proud of you. Congratulations on. Maybe she just did shred 10 and lost 5 pounds. Would that be a great post? A great little comment? Yeah.
Sure.
Or I like this one, how are you enjoying the products? And you just change the word the products to what they're actually using, right? Please send me an update. Let me know if it could be of help. So look, copy this. How easy is this? Okay. How are you enjoying your tower garden? Please send me an update. Let me know if it can be of help. Okay. Again, you're going to toggle over, look her up, send her the message, log it in Teamzy. Brandy comes up. I'm going to get her a script. Maybe I'll use my favorite script for customers, which is this one. Hi, Brandy. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. So great. If you guys haven't used that one with people, you should use it. So drop that in there. People always answer, you just made my day. That's what you're going for, right? So you're just going to send
I've had that comment a few times and it's great.
Isn't it great to get that? Look,
Yeah.
so we're going to send this message again. I'd look her up in Facebook and send it. Now I'm using Facebook as an example. You could send text, you could send however you want to message, you can log everything in Teamzy. But notice that as I'm connecting with people, now I've got 2 done and this pink circle starting to fill in. So again, I'm just going to go down my list and connect with my customers until I hit my goal for the day. My goal is 6. Does this make sense? I don't have to think about, okay, I need to talk to this person on the 12th and that person on the 15th. If I just keep them in Teamzy and keep it moving, I'm in touch with everybody on a regular basis. And when you're in regular contact with your customers, a couple of magical things happen. I mean, first off, it's the right thing to do. Don't you guys agree? This is what good service looks like. But from a business standpoint, statistically, if you're in regular contact with customers, they order more product and they retain longer. They order more product and they retain longer if you're in touch with them. That's it. Just be in touch with them. I've seen teams do a Teamzy 30-day challenge with us and go up 20-30% volume in 1 month because everyone on the team is in touch with customers. It's magical. The other thing I want to ask you guys is this: how many of you guys would like some new customers? Can you think of a customer that you love? Like, I just want to clone this person. How do I clone this person to get more like this person? And then you're like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? Maybe I need to take some Instagram classes. How do I find customers? I want you guys to understand the absolute best source for a new customer is a current customer. The best source of a new customer is a current customer. Everybody has known this since the beginning of business. We get seduced by all the modern things and we forget that the number one thing that helps people make decisions are their friends. 85% of all business is from word of mouth.
Yeah.
Marketing is to go after the 15%. I just want you guys to understand that. I'm always like, man, I want the biggest slice of pie I can, and that is in building relationships. Now, here's the thing I want you guys, another statistic, 82% of people say that they make their purchasing decisions based on the recommendation of a friend. This means that your customers that you love, the ones you were just thinking of, they know people who are interested in your products and they're already talking to them about it. They're already sharing it with them because that's what people do when they love something. They tell others about it. And those people now are very likely to purchase it based on their friend's recommendation, not based on corporate slick video or whatever's happening out on the internet. Their friend recommended it. They're very interested. The question I have for you is, are you getting introduced to those people? Are you getting introduced to those people? Now, a couple of you guys have been through boot camp, and so you've got extra ammunition. You've been taught. You've been trained on how to get those introductions. But I want you guys to understand that you will not be getting introduced to the friends and family of your customers if you are not in regular contact with them. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every once in a while you might get lucky. You run into somebody in the church parking lot and they're like, oh, my cousin, right? But if you're in regular contact, it's going to be more likely. So just get into Teams and stay in regular contact. We made it super easy. All right. The last piece here on Connects is your partners. This is your team. Staying in touch with your team members. Same thing. Send them a quick message. Let them know you love them, that you're thinking of them, that you care about them, that you miss them, whatever. See if they need some help. Send them a resource.
Right.
As our teams grow, we create Facebook groups and we do live Zooms once a week and things like that. Those are great, but never lose the personal touch. Remember, how do you build trust? How do you deepen a relationship? By investing time and connecting one-on-one. And so if you can stay on top of that as your team grows, you're going to be incredibly successful. The number one, the first half of this is creating new customers and new recruits to your team. The second half is keeping the ones you got, right? I mean, you can get really good at filling a bucket, but if there's no bottom in that bucket, you're wasting your energy. And the way that you keep people is by loving on them, by building a relationship with them. People are not motivated by money. I challenge you guys to find a study that shows a correlation between increasing someone's income and increasing their productivity, and send it to me, because I haven't found one yet. But what does increase people's productivity is connection and belonging and relationship. Okay. The only other thing they've found is status, which is why you guys get medals and bouquets of flowers and ribbons and stuff like that from your corporate, right?
Yeah, right.
Status and relationship. So build the relationships with teams. That's why I call it Teamzy and not cheesy, right? It's Teamzy. So prospects, customers, partners. The first half of your power hour is just outgoing messages, just quick messages. It shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes. If it's taking you more than 30 minutes to do the first half of your power hour, you're overthinking it. Just use the scripts, send them, just fire them off. Now, what's going to happen is people will start responding, okay? And if you're messaging, your 5- and 4-star people in the beginning, you're going to get a close to 100% response rate. You'll probably be getting up to 50%, even with the people that you kind of know as time goes on using these scripts. So you're going to get a lot of responses, and each response is an opportunity for you to have a conversation with somebody. Okay. And I don't have a lot of time tonight to go into how to have the conversation, but I just want you to pretend that you're face to face with somebody in the real world. And now a conversation, how are you? And now you're going to have your conversation. Just do your best to have a conversation. Okay. Just do your best to have a normal conversation with them. And some of those conversations will fizzle out quickly, and that's okay because they're in Teamzy, right? 3 months from now, you might message them again. And each time that relationship gets a little warmer, more comfortable. Some of those conversations are going to take off. And so, you're creating a lot of them every day. So some of those conversations will be great. Some of those conversations will be the beginnings of something later. It's kind of like, I think of it like I've got a small citrus grove here on my property. I'm in Southern California. And some of those trees are full of fruit. Some of those trees have green fruit. Some of those trees just have buds on them, right? And your relationships are like that. Some of those relationships are just trees with buds on them. You're going to put some water and fertilizer on that tree and love it a little bit. Make sure it's got plenty of light. Some of those trees are full of fruit. When you talk to them, it's going to fall off the trees into your hands. Does it make sense? So what we're going to do in this conversation, let's say I messaged my friend Debbie. How are you? She responds, doing great. Thanks for checking in. So now I'm like, okay, now I have a chance to have a conversation. So I'm going to try to strike up a conversation. Well, what have you been up to? How's your summer going? Send me an update. Tell me what's going on with everybody, right? So now she's like, well, we're doing this, we do this. She's giving me a little bit of update of what's going on in her life. Now I'm going to be interested, ask questions, just really get in there and ask questions and try to see what's going on. And really, I'm not just waiting to drop the shoe on her to talk about my business. I'm really interested in what's going on in her life. Does this make sense? I recently had somebody that was like, I feel like the whole conversation we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Well, that's true if that's where your heart is, right? So be interested in people, find out what's going on, find ways to help them, right? Whether or not it has to do with your business, like listen for wants and needs, complaints, jokes, ways that you can help or support them. Sometimes people need you to pray with them right then and there. Sometimes they need something funny to lighten the mood. Sometimes they need a recommendation to a professional that can help them with something like a leaky roof or a broken fence. Right? A disobedient dog.
Right.
They'll tell you what's bothering them and you might be able to help. So that's a great way not only to feel amazing because we are designed to serve. People are always like, what's the secret to happiness? It's serving others. It's absolutely 100% serving others. That's why building a business this way is so rewarding because we're designed to serve others and that's what lights us up and makes us happy. Isn't that cool? So find ways to help people. Now look, I'm talking to Debbie. She's telling me all about her summer. I'm interested. I'm asking questions, and we're having a great conversation. Where is this conversation going to head to? What's the most natural thing in the world that's going to happen? I need to tell her what's going on in my life, right? That's the law of reciprocation. And this is how easy it is to talk about the business, because I'm going to tell her about my wife and my kids and our summer and what's going on. You know, well, I think some of you guys are in Texas, right? I'm in California. Yep. So it's like we're kind of in the crazy COVID land right now.
We are too.
And I know you guys are too. So it's like, you know, we got that in common. How has that been? You know, so we're talking. I'm going to tell her what's going on in my family. Oh, did I tell you also, by the way, Debbie, I started my own business? Oh, you did? Yeah. I help people live healthy and rewarding lives. And I do it. I teamed up with this amazing company, Juice Plus. They're incredible. I love their products. It's really changed my life. And now I get to pay it forward to helping others change their life. It's, you know, so incredibly rewarding. What's she going to say to me? Oh, you're one of those people. See ya. No, she's going to say, wow, that's great. Good for you. See, by being interested in her and talking to her and just sharing with her what I do and why I'm passionate about it, there is nothing threatening in that whatsoever. In fact, 99% of the time, people told me they were proud of me or happy for me. Has that been your experience every time you talk about your business, guys? I'm proud of you and I'm happy for you. I mean, if you approach this way, the relationship marketing way, that's how people respond to you. Now, whether or not they're interested in joining me or buying my products is irrelevant. I want them to know what I do and why I'm passionate about it, because I know they will be my advocate, because I'm relentless on loving people until they are, right? They will be my advocate.
Right.
So we're having this great conversation. Wow, that's great, Eric. I'm really proud of you. You know, that sounds so great. Great. And you can just ask her, yeah, let me know if you'd like to learn more about it. I'd be happy to give you info if you're interested. Okay. She's going to say yes or no. Okay. Yeah. It's maybe not right now, but maybe down the road, or, you know, great. I said, no problem. Debbie, could you do me a favor though? If you come across anybody who needs this, you know, who's in this situation I described to you, would you introduce them to me so I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can? She's going to say yes. But let's rewind and say, she said, you know what? I would like some more info. You know, we've been out of work here because of this pandemic for the past now 5 months. And it's like those little checks from the government aren't going that far. And I need a little something on the side, generating some income. I would like some more information. Great. So now let me show you what I'm going to do when she is interested in learning more. I'm going to get her on a call or a Zoom or a FaceTime, whatever I can, so I can talk to her more deeply and professionally about what her needs are and her goals and see if I can help her. Does this make sense? And so how am I going to log this in Teamzy? Let's go back to Teamzy. Where is it? There it is. So she's not on my dashboard anymore because we've already connected. So to get to her record, I'm just going to look her up in the lookup bar. Okay. That takes me to her record. And I can open up the connect box here, just like it was on the dashboard. So let's say she and I get on a Zoom call. I'm going to log that as a video chat. We're going to talk on the Zoom call. I'm going to put all my notes from our Zoom right here in Teamzy. I'm going to log all those notes. And then before I hit log connect, I'm going to click right here on the bottom left where it says share. Since on this Zoom, I shared the business opportunity with her. I want to make sure I log it as a shared business opportunity. See right there? I'm going to click on that. Now, as soon as I toggled that, it immediately activated the follow-up list. See that little yellow icon right there? It created a follow-up for 2 days. I'm going to actually move it to tomorrow. It defaults to 2 days, but you can set it for whenever you want. So what's happening is now that I have had an opportunity to share my business opportunity with Debbie, I'm now going to put her on my follow-ups list. That's going to move her. When I log this, I'll show you, it creates that follow-up. See the follow-ups on her record. It actually moves her off my prospects list temporarily, and she's now going to live on this follow-ups list right here. See, there she is. She's set up due tomorrow. Okay. When she was on my prospects list, it's light. We're just having conversation. I'm trying to invest in the relationship. We're talking, we're chatting, right? I'm high touching her whenever she comes up, trying to build trust with her. Now that I've had an opportunity to share with her the business, she's now on my follow-ups list. This is where I get to show her what a professional I am in my business. Are you guys with me? So here's the second half of our power hour. After you've sent out today's messages to prospects, customers, and partners, you come to your follow-ups list and you see who's due for a follow-up, okay? And when they're due, they'll be read like this. Okay, and then you send them a follow-up. So we're gonna actually do Debbie there as my example. So there's Debbie. I'm gonna send her a follow-up list, pretend it's tomorrow. Just go to scripts again. You don't have to overthink because I put 10 follow-up scripts in Teamzy numbered in order, you guys. You don't have to be good at this. You can just follow my points. Number 1 reads like, oh no, that's not follow-up. It has to say follow-up. Follow-up 1. It reads like this. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? By the way, it took me years to get that script down to those 2 little sentences. And this is probably the most effective intro follow-up ever. So I'm going to copy this one again, just like we did before. And I'm going to send her a follow-up. It's just like a regular connect. Okay. There it is. Hi, Debbie, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? We're going to look her up. Man, I know a lot of Debbies.
Me too.
There's a Deborah Haisler in Chicago. Did you know that?
My name's Deborah. I just go by Debbie.
Here we go. So that's sent. It's okay. There's a few Eric Johnsons in the world too that I cross paths with. Okay, so we're gonna log this now. Just real quick, when you log a follow-up, set a new one. So you want to keep her on that follow-up list. So let's say 2 days from now, I'll follow up again. So put her on there. 2 days from now, you can leave yourself a note if you want, whatever the follow-up's about. So you can see that on Teamzy. That's a code for whatever you want it to be, and then log it. Okay.
Yeah.
So now she's back on my follow-ups list for Sunday. Let me just talk to you about this really quick. Do you guys see how easy this is? Connect with prospects, customers, people on your team. That's easy. When they respond, have conversations. So you're going to be setting aside a little time after your power hour to message back and forth with people. And then when you've shared, you put them on that follow-ups list. Now, this is where people mess this up. You want to keep them on that follow-ups list until they close. Okay? Most people follow up 2 or 3 times and then they let go of people. And that is, you're missing out. Here's the statistic. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Okay, 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. So if you're following up 3 or 4 times, you're missing out on 80%. Now look, I understand that a lot of you probably, when I say follow up 10 times or more, are like, oh my gosh, people are gonna hate me. I'm gonna be the most annoying person in the world. Anybody have that concern?
Yeah.
That's me. So there's a way to do it without being annoying, but I want to shift your mindset on this. This is a very important mindset shift, okay? How many of you guys are in this business because you really want to help people? Like you're here because you really believe you can help people. Okay, good.
Yes.
I want you to understand that your products, your company, they do not matter to somebody who doesn't have them in their life. So it doesn't matter. The only thing that you have right now that can help this person is your ability to follow up with them. That's how you help them right now. At this stage, they don't have anything in their hands. You have to keep following up. That's how you love them. I want you guys to get down this concept. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. This is how we help people. And when you stop following up because you're worried that you've been a pest, you've actually communicated this to them. I don't care about you. I know I told you I did, but I really don't. Actions speak louder than words. It's harsh, right? But it's true. We have to keep following up with people. This is how we show them that we care and that we're professional. So how do you do it without being annoying? First off, just follow my scripts. They already do this. But I'll teach you the 2 principles on this really quick. And then we'll do some Q&A if you have questions. I know we've been talking a long time, and I'll send you guys on your way. Here's how you follow up without being annoying, and people will thank you for following up 10 times maybe. Thank you so much. They'll say, thank you so much for following up. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I haven't responded. Here's how you do it without being annoying. Principle number 1. When you're following up, and this is not just like staying in touch. I call those connects. When you're following up on, you've shown somebody the business or the product solution they need, don't ask them to do anything. But Eric, I've been taught I have to have a strong call to action every time. And you haven't been doing it. Why? Because you know it's annoying. You do the strong call to action the first time, and then following up, you don't ask anything of them. Don't ask them to call you. Don't ask them to text you. Don't ask them to RSVP for Friday's event again. don't ask anything of them. Okay? Unless it's like a question about how you can serve them. Can I help you? Is there any, do you have any questions for me? That kind of thing. Number 2, principle. Your message, they need to be able to read your entire message without opening it. They need to be able to read your entire message without opening it. That means it needs to be short, it needs to be written, and it needs to be sent in a way that pops a notification on their phone. So like Facebook Messenger, text message. Are you guys with me? This is huge because here's what I want you to understand. When you send over that little follow-up message, it's almost always at the worst possible moment for them. Have you noticed that's true for you with incoming messages? And so what happens is they're not going to open it right now. They're making chicken. They're driving their car. The dog's throwing up on the baby. I don't know what's going on in their world right now. They're not going to open it right now, but they want to see it. Oh my gosh, it's like a need that we have to see what it says. So we'll peer over at the phone and we'll look at the lock screen notification to see who it's from. Now, what a treat if you can see the whole message without opening it, right?
Right.
The goal of your follow-up is to stay top of mind, to stay present, and to remind them that you care. Every time they get the message, they will be plugged back into that emotion, the hope they felt when they had the full conversation with you. Okay? And over time, those messages will build. Many times they won't open any of them. You'll get nothing back. You'll get no feedback back. 3, 4, 5, 6 follow-ups. You're feeling, what is wrong with these people? Their life is happening. Okay? And then you'll get that response. I'm so sorry I haven't responded. Thank you so much for staying in touch. Really appreciate it. Does this make sense? The Power Hour and Teamzy Daily creates a consistent, systemized approach to relationships. The results are predictable. You're creating conversations every day. You're touching people. Some of those conversations move to a share. They go on your follow-ups list. Every single month, people will close off that follow-ups list. Every single month. Every single month. So I have so many people that tell me, I've requalified my business every single month since I've been using Teamzy. Great, that's the point. That's the point.
Yeah.
Does this make sense? Okay, let me finish this off and then I'll give you guys a couple action steps. And then if you have questions, we can do them. So here we go. Let's just say right now that I go into my back office. I see Debbie has purchased her kit and she's in. She finally closed after making me chase her for months, right? So how do I find her? Again, we look her up. There she is, okay? And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on sale and I just wanna log there was a sale. So for Juice Plus, it's real simple. She either bought something retail or she came in as a distributor, right? So we'll say application fee, boom. And then I'm gonna tag her for all the things she got. She got Tower Garden, okay? She got a quad. She's a good customer. We got everything, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tag all
I
the
do have
products,
everything.
right?
I do.
Those are the products she uses. So look, so those are her products. So I'm going to tag those so that I always know. It's really cool to have a tag too, because when I click on the tag, Tower Garden tag, for example, I see every single person that I have that has one, which is really cool. Because every time they come out with a new accessory, I want to tell people that kind of thing. So now what I'm going to do is right here where it says member type, I'm just going to click on whatever she came in as a partner. I'm going to click on partner, personally sponsored. Okay. So that's kind of how you take somebody through the process on a power hour each day. You start that conversation just by connecting with people. When you have a great conversation, you move it to a share, right? You log that share, you put them on that follow-up list, and you follow up like a pro. Rinse and repeat. 5 days a week, it becomes super fun and rewarding. All right, real quick, action steps, and then we'll take a couple questions if you guys have them. Just think about it. If you have questions, I'll let you ask them to me. Let me give you your action steps. Okay, if you haven't already started your free trial, again, go to teamzy.com/JP, start your free trial. For those of you that aren't JP, just go to teamzy.com, start your free trial. If you're in the free trial already, set up your subscription. That way you don't miss a beat when it's over. Okay, we still won't bill you until after your free time is up, but you'll be set up so that it renews and you keep going. Also, for Juice Plus folks, we have a special deal, a special discount that's sponsored by corporate. It's a third off of the monthly price. So Teamzy is, Teamzy's normal price is $1 a day. It's $29.99 a month. It's a no-brainer. Plan your whole business. Plus, it's 100% deductible off your taxes. It's a business expense. But for Juice Plus people, it's even less. It's $19.95 a month, 60 cents a day. You can't even get a cup of coffee for that. Not even in Texas.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, a coffee's like $18 in California, but you get the idea. Okay.
18.
That's only
Yeah,
if
right.
you could actually go out to a coffee shop. They've been closed for months. Second
Yeah,
action step,
right.
choose a 30-day success partner to do the trial with you. Okay. And I highly recommend you do this. You find somebody and you know, like Debbie and Deidre, I know you guys been through boot camps. You've been through this. You know how valuable it is to have partners. But if you get a
Oh.
success partner, you just share your goals and hold each other accountable to actually doing it for 30 days. Take a screenshot each day when you're completed your dashboard, send it to your partner. You will get so much out of this. Okay. For those of you in Juice Plus, take the 30-day challenge. It's a structured, it's got structured trainings and things to do every day for 30 days to really take advantage of that. And you can get that at Teamzy.com/JP30. Okay. Teamzy.com/JP30. It's a free program that we set up for you guys to do. You can do that with teammates, your whole team, whatever. And you can, that's self-led. So you can start it any day you want. You can start it tomorrow and do it for the next 30 days. Make sense? A third action step, I'll give you a 5-day challenge. I challenge you to use Teamzy 5 days in a row. Every day, go in there and do a power hour. I want you to connect with 100 people over those 5 days, 20 a day. That might be bigger than your goal that you set. I just want you to do it for 5 days, okay? The reason why is it is going to absolutely blow your mind how many people respond. You'll probably be overwhelmed with conversations. Why do I want to overwhelm you? Because I want you to know that at any point in your business, you could be focused for 5 days and create an overwhelming response. This is a game changer for your mental state. You're never going to believe the stories that you hear people saying, oh, my warm market's tapped out. It's not warm anymore. I'm through them already. Or like, forget it. That stuff's not true. A little bit of energy focused on loving a lot of people. You'd be shocked at the response, especially now. Right now, more than ever, people are so hungry for human connection. People are always hungry for human connection, but now more than ever, and anytime I can remember, we feel so isolated from one another. And you reaching into someone's day, it's huge. So hopefully you guys will do that. I'll be happy to have you. We'd be happy to have you in our Teamzy family, of course. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have questions, I'll take a few. I know we've been on the call a long time, but all you need to do to ask me a question is unmute your own microphone and ask away.
Questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Good.
So if I subscribe to Teamzy, I can connect all my Facebook friends on Teamzy.
Yep.
I can reach out to them with that, is what you're saying. But how much is the subscription to Teamzy?
How much is it?
Yeah.
Are you in Juice Plus?
Yes.
It's because we have a special discount for Juice Plus. It's $19.95 a month. Yeah. After the first 30 days is free. So it's like 60 cents a day after that, right? And it renews monthly. You can cancel that anytime. You're not locked into anything. So I had a little trouble hearing you, but yes, you can upload all your Facebook friends in one fell swoop into Teamzy. Then they're there. So instead of like going through your Facebook feed going, who am I going to talk to? Teamzy can now put it into the algorithm and create your power hour list every day so that you start actually connecting with all of them and not missing anybody. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Does it do that? I didn't see the drop down, but it does that with other sites as well?
Yeah. So what you have to do is, because Teamzy is a CRM that holds the data for you. So you have to go get your list from wherever it is and put it in Teamzy. And so we have instructions on our help center on how to do each one, how to get your LinkedIn list into Teamzy, how to get your Instagram followers into Teamzy, right? And so, I mean, you can get everything into Teamzy, but at some point it's like, you've got enough to rock and roll. Does that make sense? So I know for me, it was, I had collected all of these people on Facebook for a long time when I started my business. And I was like, man, if I could get that you know, that when you start a business, they tell you, okay, make a list of 100 people, right? Start connecting with them. It's like 100 people. Well, at the time I had like 4,800 friends on Facebook. I'm like, well, wouldn't it be cool if I could just put that list in there and start cranking through it? And at the time, I remember talking to the engineers who were building Teamzy. I was like, this is a non-negotiable. You have to figure out how to get that list in there. And they're like, well, why would anybody, this is what my engineer asked me, why would anyone want that list? It's only a first and last name. I don't need anything because we're Facebook friends. I can message them there. All I need is a reminder that this is the person you need to reach out to today. And so that's where we started. And it was really cool. You know, actually the first week of Teamzy, the first 2 weeks of Teamzy, you could actually send Facebook messages from Teamzy. But then Facebook locked that down, you know, internationally. It's like right after we launched it, I was like, oh, that's such a bummer. And then we have to copy and paste it in. And that was when we had read the story in like the New York Times that Facebook was planning on making Messenger the primary communication platform of the world. And we're like, what? But did you know that it is now? Did you know that it is now 5 years later?
It
It's
is
the #1 communication platform in the world. It has more than 1 billion daily users. Crazy, isn't it?
That is.
It is. I wish sometimes I wish we didn't need them, but Facebook and other social media platforms are such a gift to our business. It allows us to grow our business everywhere, to find like-minded people, create our tribe, right? It's just incredible, especially now that we're kind of isolated. So,
Right.
Tracy, definitely check out the free trial. Get in there and try it out for free. If you love it, stay with us.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Oh,
I was going to tell Tracy also, it'll do your email list too. You can download your email list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just looking at this question. It says, how does it work if more than half the Facebook friends are casual acquaintances from a church in another state? No personal relationship, just you are a name on the church's Facebook. I may never have met them. So this is a great opportunity for you to connect with those people and maybe have a relationship or not with them. You know, just reaching out to say hi. Like, I've got this, there's one of the scripts in Teamzy reads something like, hey, I saw that you crossed my Facebook feed today. Thought I'd say hello. How are you? I hope you're having a great day. It's like, we're Facebook friends, right? I look at it like, and I've had people go, you know, who are you? I'm like, I don't know. We're Facebook. How did we become Facebook friends? I don't know. But this one person, I'll never forget, we went back and forth for several days trying to figure out how we ended up being Facebook friends. I said, well, did you know this person? No. She's like, well, do you know this person? No. Right? So we went back and forth, and then eventually she was like, so what is this thing that you're doing? I'm looking at your Facebook page now. Next thing I know, I had a customer. You know, wow. It was, as we're having this kind of friendly back and forth, and she saw that I wasn't creeping and trying to hit on her or whatever. She's looking at my Facebook wall. Yeah. She's seeing my dog and my wife and my kids and starting to get a feel for who I am, right? And we're building trust. So that happens all the time. And then there'll be people that you end up unfriending, taking off your list. That's natural too, right? That's natural too. But you definitely want to rank your list first so that you start with the people who you have a relationship with and work your way down, if that makes sense. Another one, which was really funny, this young woman and I connected, and her birthday came up or something, and I sent her a happy birthday thing, and the same thing. We're trying to figure out how we know each other. And she turns out to be, have you guys ever heard of Bob Helwig? He's a trainer in network marketing. Kind of like parallel people. She's his personal assistant. And she's like, what a small world. And so we just had lots of friends in common. Yeah. Right. Lots of friends in common, and we still connect and talk every once in a while. It's kind of cool, but it's like, you just never know who you're connecting with. So what I would say to you is don't be worried about that. You have a couple of big things in common. You've got your faith in common. You've got, right. So you've got, these people are your people, the easiest people for you to talk to.
Can I say something, Eric? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things talking about your faith is one of the things you can open up with is, hey, how can I add you to my prayer journals or something that you need? So that's a good one. I did have a question that is there an actual app or you have to log in like on Safari or Chrome?
Yep.
Which way is the easiest way to do it?
Just log in on Safari or Chrome and then you save it. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me open my phone up. Needs to see my face. It's scary sometimes when the phone doesn't recognize you. You think, do I need to work out more? What's happening?
Yeah, the camera's not my friend today.
I need better lighting.
Right.
Okay,
You need
here's
a
my phone.
power garden.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this is
right.
I have an iPhone 10, so it's a pretty normal phone. Okay, and you can see right in the center the Teamzy logo where I save Teamzy to my home screen. So when I click on that, it loads up Teamzy now.
Oh, cool.
So there's Teamzy, and it's a mobile experience, even though it's not an app. So you'll think it's an app. It's going to feel just like an app. Okay. So it has your circles, who's up next. When you click on it to connect with them, you can get your scripts the same way, right? You can pick up a script. See how easy this is?
Okay.
You can paste your script in, right? You can edit it.
Okay,
You can copy the whole thing. You toggle over and pick up your messenger. Okay. Paste, go back. Super easy.
Okay.
It's actually really easy to toggle between scripts. Oh, you can see everyone's talking about the fact that our kids aren't going back to school. That's the big thing right here. All right, do you guys have school where you are?
No, not yet.
No, I think they're
in
going to go
August, they've already
virtual.
told us that through Christmas, the kids will be home, not going to school here.
I know Texas A&M is doing all virtual. They're right up the road. So
Yeah,
Texas A&M College.
We're like,
Yeah.
no. My oldest is a senior this year at Cal State University at San Marcos here in town, and they're going all virtual too. He's super bummed.
Wow.
I mean, he's like,
Yeah.
he's like, this is my college senior year, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm not as worried about him as my third and fifth graders that are gonna be running around, climbing on my office chair all day, all year long, right?
Yeah.
It's all good though.
So I wanted to say one more thing. Debbie is my partner, and I haven't been a great partner, but she taught me something. She taught me that in Facebook, when those people come up and it says, do you want to add so-and-so or people you may know? That's where we get a bunch of our ads. And so you don't need a phone number, you don't need an email. You just have the name from the Facebook page that says, hey, do you know this person? And that's how you can get your ads every day. And Debbie taught me that. So that was pretty cool. So
Thank you.
anyway.
And you can
Good.
just tell them, hey, Facebook recommended you today, so I sent you a friend request.
There's your first contact.
Yeah, it totally works. I've actually made a couple of really good friends that way in the last couple of years. A couple of couple of men, leaders in the industry that, like I need to meet more guys in my life. Like that's one of the things that I personally need. And so I randomly, a couple of guys that I met, they're like, hey, here. And I'm like, hey, why'd you send me a free? Facebook said that we have, that we'd be good. And I'm like, okay. So it's been kind of neat. Part of this thing is opening yourself up to relationships, and not all of us are wired to be extroverted, but social media allows us to do it without a little bit more comfort. I'm actually kind of an introverted person myself. Like my wife always teases me. She's like, we'll go into a social situation and I won't say a word to anyone. She's like, I cannot believe you didn't work that room. Like, that's what you do for a living. I go, sometimes I just don't want to turn that on. You guys relate? But when we're in our business, we need to think about how can we bless the maximum people in our business? And we have to get out of our own way to do that and be open to meeting people and having relationships. And I don't want you guys running around thinking, how do I get the most followers so that I can sell them stuff? I want you to think about how can I create the maximum sphere of influence where I can bless others? And you will get more sales and recruits that way. Guaranteed. And it'll be fun. Does this make sense? And so the thing is too, is as you build your business that way, I'm giving you guys permission. I'm freeing you up to know that you don't have to be cheesy salespeople. you can go and build a business with heart and be incredibly successful. And you're going to attract other people like that to your business too. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that you guys got some, really good value from this tonight. I should probably get going, but I just wanted to say, Debbie, thank you for setting this up.
Oh, thank you.
God bless you guys.
Thank you so much.
And I will send you
Wonderful.
the recording link probably in the morning, so you'll have it. You can share it with more folks.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, thank y'all. Appreciate everybody being here.
Thank you,
Have a great night,
everybody.
everyone.
I'm glad
Bye.
glad
Bye.
you're all here. Take care.